The CX-5 has always been a credit to the Mazda range, and we've really liked it ever since its inception. It's scored very well on road tests with us in the past. Available as front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. It's proven to be versatile, stylish, especially with that really bold Kodo design language. You know, great levels of practicality, reasonable fuel economy as well. It's taken really the SUV fight to its competitors, and I think that's something that especially the likes of Ford and their Cougar were not expecting. Here we have, for 2015, a revised version of the car. Now, the Mazda 6 has received a facelift. This is sort of in line with that. You don't want your sort of headline SUV looking a bit dowdy, and with the introduction of the smaller Mazda CX-3 and the up-and-coming MX-5, you don't want sort of this car to become a bit of a blot in the showroom. Looking just as stylish as ever, the 2015 car receives a new 5-bar grille to enhance that Kodo design language, reworked headlights, and actually on the top specification car, those headlights are LED now. What we have here is the 2015 Mazda CX-5 in SE-L Lux trim. We have leather heated seats, and as well as those external revisions, some of the biggest changes to be found are on the interior. There's been a real step up in quality where some of the cheaper looking plastics have been replaced, and you've got leather that now comes down all the way towards all the way down the center console, that also shrouds around the gearbox here. Something else Mazda have introduced is their new infotainment system. Gone is the old TomTom based unit, and what you have in its place is something that is featured in the new Mazda 2 Super Mini. It's sort of working its way through the range. It was actually introduced on the Mazda 3. It involves this little joystick slash scroll wheel here with 5 shortcut buttons, one for each of your digits, which is really nice to make alterations without taking your eyes off of the road. It's really intuitive, very ergonomic, gives you access to DAB radio and your phone, and also, interestingly, some social networking applications. As usual with a Mazda, ergonomics is top of the billing, not just with the satellite navigation and infotainment, but in terms of the rest of the car. We've got some nice clear shortcut buttons on the steering wheel. We've got some fantastically supportive seats that are actually a little bit bolstered, which hints at the slightly sporting nature of this car. You see, despite being a big SUV, the Mazda CX-5 still manages to pull off some really good handling characteristics. It's responsive upon turn-in, it's got plenty of grip. This little 6-speed gearbox, goodness, that is a revelation throughout the Mazda range. You'll hear in other reviews if you go and watch. I continuously praise Mazda's gearbox because regardless of what car it is, people carrier, SUV, Super Mini, it all seems to have this really short snick throw that's so reminiscent of the MX-5. It feels really direct, and it's a car that actually involves the driver. Traditionally in an SUV class like that, you wouldn't expect something to engage the driver quite so much. This 2.2 litre diesel engine in this model is an absolute star. This is the front wheel drive model as well, by the way, that will net you around 61 mpg officially. With 148 brake horsepower, this 2.2 litre diesel engine is fantastic. It's a really strong motorway performer. You can sort of put your foot down in any gear and there's enough torque to really surge you on and make very strong overtaking manoeuvres. Now, there is improved sound deadening in the interior. It's still not the quietest in its class in terms of road noise penetrating, but there's certainly a lot less engine noise that's noticeable. It's only really when you go under heavy load like that you notice the engine, but certainly once you're underway, the engine's really nice and quiet. The ride also pulls off a really good balance between being comfortable and not lolloping in the corners, which is, you know, a really difficult balance to strike. Usually you firm everything up for better handling, but then it suffers over potholes and the like. This car seems to do really well, offering the best of both worlds. Inside the rear bench, there's plenty of room for 3, good amount of legroom, good amount of headroom. and in the boot it's 503 litres, which is plentiful. And of course those rear seats fold flat if you really did want to use this CX-5 as a van to take stuff to the tip or move house or whatever. It really is very versatile. What I will say is that rear visibility is quite restricted, and on this model, even though we do have the likes of heated leather seats, we don't have a reversing camera. The parking sensors are very good and they do a perfectly adequate job if you feel competent and up to parallel parking just using sensors, or for those of you all old school before the days of parking sensors, I'm sure you'll manage perfectly well. It's just that the window is a little bit shallow, it's a little bit difficult to see what's directly behind you. So I would recommend a model with the reversing camera. Now this car in front wheel drive, guys, is just over £24,000. It's reasonably expensive, but in comparison with competitors, whenever you look at the options list and spec one up like for like, it is competitively priced. Overall, we still really like the CX-5, and these revisions have just served to make a really good car even better, and we can wholeheartedly recommend the CX-5 to you if you're in the market for such a car. It looks good, it drives great, fuel economy is reasonable, it's great for the family. There's not really too many negatives to pull up on this car.